Hey guys, welcome back. I have another showcase, and this time it is my Tzeentch Soulgrinder, and I am beyond excited to share it with you guys. I've been working on this model for, I want to say, a week. He is probably my longest paint job and my most extensive conversion, mainly because the first couple days, I'd say the first 3 days, took a lot of planning. You guys can see the thing in front of you. It looks like an abomination, and I'm beyond happy with how it turned out. You're gonna see the model in its non-painting stage, so again, the behind the scenes. But I had to think how to be more creative for Tzeentch Soul Grinder. As you guys know in the lore, Soul Grinders are all actually different. Even though the GW model has those metal piston legs, which they based off of the Chaos Space Marine Defiler, in the lore of fantasy, I believe it was the Forge of Souls that when a demon is punished, um, or they make a bargain, they get twisted and they're shaped into whatever unique shape. And so I wanted to make sure I kept the spirit of a soul grinder, but with Tzeentch being the Lord of Change with all the mutations, I wanted to make him as crazy as possible. So I kept the 6 legs, I kept the claw hand, and I kept a gun, which you see typically on a soul grinder. The idea behind the conversion, let me zoom in a little bit. Um, yeah, the idea behind him was uh, basically three demons in one. So you're gonna see the creature below has an eye, and I hopefully it does translate well. You can see I sculpt a lot of this is sculpted, by the way. I'll explain more in the behind the scenes, but the lower body is three pink horror top halves from the first edition. I pinned and glued them together, and I had to sculpt the whole back part. So yeah, you can see the back now. Almost all of these pink boils, the shoulder blades, the giant column of spine. I sculpted all of that, and I sculpted at the top all these teeth. So it looks like the creature below is opening its maw, and then another demon pops out. The tail here is from the Tyrannid epic, I think, Hierophant, the bigger Biotitan. It's from like the 1990 version of Epic 40,000. So that's the demon below, and I chose for the color scheme to go crazy. So we have yellow, green, and red hands. So I had to sculpt a lot of this, and uh, once we get to the front, half of these boils are also sculpted. I put the eye. Then when his mouth opens up, so let me zoom into the teeth so you see what I'm talking about. When the mouth opens up, you have the second demon, um, which has the bits I used were the arms came from the pink horror, but then the chest piece, the crab hand, and the gun came from that Tyrannid epic 40,000 Hierophant. Had a lot of fun painting the chest piece so you can see all the little organ details, the gun, the claw. I'm really glad actually the video shows all of the highlights really well. So I went really crazy on this guy. I'm really, really proud of how he turned out. I think I went a little bit too blue onto the top half, but because the color below on this creature is the blue I have typically for my army, but I think for the top I really wanted to emphasize more details. So the bottom creature spits out this creature, and I had to then grab this pink horror, and you'll see in the videos, but the teeth and the whole mouth is sculpted to have an eye, and I put two little hands like it's stretching the mouth open. Um, so it looks like now there is a third demon inside the uh, the main body. So this headpiece is supposed to be almost like a helmet, if you can, like, I guess, imagine it. And I put the two hands in a way that it looks like horns. Um, So after that, I sculpted this ball of flame in one hand, and I sculpted this huge torrent of my Tzeentchian rainbow flame, just to give the model more color and more pop. But yeah, I'm in love with the model. I'm really happy with how it came out, especially because he I'm sorry about my poor man's version of a turntable, by the way. Um, but I'm just really super proud of how it came out. The eye, the flames, everything about it. The conversion came together really well. I'm gonna be very honest with you. When I first started working on the model, it looked terrible. I thought I butchered so many out of production pieces, but now that he's fully painted, I'm really beyond happy. I do think he represents the mutating, changing of ways that Tzeentch is known for. And then for a scale comparison, I'm quite pleased. I think he is, in fact, taller than my Nurgle Soulgrinder. I made sure to give him a bigger height presence. Unfortunately, I couldn't make him any wider. This was probably the widest profile I could give. I still think it does kind of represent the Soulgrinder. The current GW model is extremely big. It barely fits on the base they give you. I do think that's a bit too excessive, especially with the stat line. But I hope this does look appropriate for my Tzeentch demons. Uh, I'm painting quite a few more models for it, and I think I'll have to redo my Tzeentch demon showcase, as I have been reworking and re-adding a lot more highlights slash small elements like these little balls of flame. Um, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be making soon more unit reviews for Nurgle and Tzeentch. What I mean by that is I'll be going individually through each unit, explaining the pros and cons. So a bit more in depth than just the beginner guide armies start collecting videos. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm again very happy with the model. I'm happy he's done, so I can work on a few other things. Welcome back. I have another showcase video. This time it is a Tzeentch Soulgrinder, and I know this looks terrible. I didn't bother stripping some of the models as it's only one layer of paint, and I bought this from a used eBay lot, so I just wanted to get straight into it. So what can I say besides this guy looks like honestly an abomination. I was debating, what to do to get a Tzeentch themed Soulgrinder, and nothing really stuck with me yet. I know I have my Nurgle Soulgrinder, and I made him more traditional with the metallic legs that you'd see on Chaos Defilers, but I just didn't want that for Tzeentch. I feel like if you read the lore for, Soulgrinders, they're supposed to be all individual, not a single one looks alike, and they're, I guess, demons who are punished. So I thought for Tzeentch, who's the god of mutations and lord of change, to do something that looks wildly different. So to start off, a lot of green stuffing went to the bottom half. So I guess the bottom half, honestly, it's consisted of 3 top halves of pink horrors. I chose them because, as you can tell, the model I tried to get roughly the same size as the base. Of course, with these older kits, it's still going to be a little bit smaller. But with the old pink horrors, they had such massive hands and such long arms. It does give a very nice size. And I think on the tabletop, it is readable as a 6-legged monstrosity. So I took the 3 pink horrors and I pinned them all through. Then I used the tentacles from a Tyrannid Hierophant from Epic 40,000. I just thought that added a little bit something different to the back piece. And after I pinned all 3 bodies, I did a lot of sculpting. So let me zoom in here. So
what I did was I sculpted a giant column, or like a spine, going down, connecting the whole thing. I sculpted all of these different shoulder blades and muscles. Then, because the pink horror arms had all these pustules on them, I just sculpted so many all around. And I think it does blend in with everything. The underneath with the green stuff isn't the best. That's just because you're not going to see it. Just the top half is more important. And then the front half, because this is the top head of a pink horror, I had to sculpt a lot more of these pustules to blend in. And then I put an eye here because my weird mind is imagining this thing in the bottom is a demon in itself, which is why it has an eye here. Then I sculpted some teeth and a whole mouth where the rest, oh sorry, it's hard to fold this guy. So I sculpted all these teeth. That's where in my mind now the rest of the demon just shoots out from. So basically it's 2 demons, or actually almost 3 demons. I'll explain afterwards. So yeah, so this creature is a demon itself. Its mouth with its teeth opens up, and this thing is supposed to be like its tongue. So what I used again is the chest piece. You can tell it's from a Tyranid. It is from the same kit as this tentacle part, the Tyranid Hierophant from Epic 40,000. I used the claw harm and the gun from the same Tyranid Titan. Sorry about the cut you're gonna see. So I used the arms from the first edition pink horror. Then the head is actually a pink horror again. And what I did was I bent the arm so it looks like horns, and I sculpted an eye and teeth and 2 little claw hands opening up the mouth. So imagine there's a demon here, a demon here, and then a demon inside of the pink horror. Then just to add some flair on top of the horns, I sculpted a ball of flame, and on this section where his head is, just for color, I sculpted a lot of flames, shooting out of his back here. I could have made it going down the whole column, but I decided just to have, it's going to represent random balefire that you do see with Tzeentch demons. So I think having this color pop will be nice. I feel like if I put too much going down the model, my rainbow flames would honestly overwhelm what you're looking at. So just supposed to represent, the Lord of Change, Tzeentch, and how he has a lot of fire. But yeah, sorry for this longer behind the scenes. It's just that this model is very large. He takes a lot of the base actually, and he is much taller than my Nurgle Soulgrinder. My fiance Sam says it looks like a giant demonic stick bug, so I do like that. But I think it just leads into the very weird aesthetic that you would see with the Realm of Chaos demons and all the conversions. So I kind of want to do something very similar, very funky, and I hope I captured it. So you're gonna see this video at the end of the paint job video. So I do hope it turns out good, because I have no idea yet.